Live from London and around the world, it's the RTS Student TV Awards 2021. Please welcome the chair of RTS London, Phil Barnes.
Good evening and welcome, and thanks for tuning in to our live stream. Unfortunately, for the second year, we're unable to present the awards in person, but hopefully this is the next best thing. It's great to see so many entries and so many universities and colleges taking part, despite these testing times. The winners from tonight's awards go through to the national finals in a couple of months' time, so we wish everyone the best of luck. And don't forget, RTS membership is free if you're a student or in the early stages of your career. Just head over to the website for details. Now, because I'm as keen to find out who's won as you are, let's get on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your hostess with the mostest. Please welcome the UK's first drag race superstar. It's the Vivienne.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Royal Television Society's London Centre and their 2021 Online Student TV Awards ceremony. I am the Vivienne, and I am very, very honoured to be here tonight to be able to present the awards to an amazing new talent that is coming to the TV industry, because working in the TV industry, we have all been hit so hard this year, but it has really proved how important this industry is, because I know for a fact if I didn't have my TV in my house and I was in lockdown, I would have been climbing the walls. So to see such amazing young talent, fresh, new, innovative, amazing TV people, knowing that our future of TV is in your hands really puts me at ease. So it's a really great pleasure to have me here. So thank you very much. Welcome to all of our nominees in a Zoom array there. You have all won against impressive odds to be here tonight. In recognition, you will receive a certificate of nomination, and probably more importantly, the right to have the RTS laurel on your website or social media. Meanwhile, the winners will get one of these, not through the screen, but through the post. You know, I wish I could give it to you tonight, but unfortunately, it's going to come through the post. So let's start the evening with the Craft Awards. There are 5 categories: editing, sound, production design, writing, and camera work. So the first craft category is the Craft Award for editing.
The nominations for editing are Above Everything, Koko Odashima-Parker, Ricaud. London College of Communication, University of the Arts, London.
Being behind the camera, just like click, freedom, click, you've made it art.
Obviously, there's a lot of laws and like rules you got to follow in this day. Like, I don't know, it's nice to like break away from that every now and then. You know what I mean? Climb a building. You know, it just gives you a whole new perspective on like what life's about. You know what I mean? It makes you think.
My normal could be different to someone else's normal, but the normal that I feel is like, I feel totally free. Like there's nothing, like everything, all these constructs just get destructed around me, you know? It's just pure freedom of expression and pure freedom of movement, really. Like I'm free to create what I want to create and how I can create it.
Introspection. Ben Watson, London South Bank University.
For the love of God, please, man. Just bloody tell her. Wait. Don't be such a wet white mate. Play it cool.
No, girls love guys that are in touch with their emotions, right? So just tell her.
Are you joking? Treat them mean, keep them key.
Rise. Eugene Endo Mingala, University of Hertfordshire.
The nominees are standing by to see who's won, and here are the remarks of the jury. The editing on Above Everything really helped create the film's atmosphere and take us on a journey. The jurors felt that the editing on Introspection was highly impressive and was key to making the most of every second. The editing for Rise was very slick and well executed. So for its creative and technically superb editing, the winner of the RTS London Student TV Craft Award for Editing is Ben Watson from London South Bank University for Introspection. Well done, Ben. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Sure. I've got to thank my mum, my dad, my amazing crew, all my lecturers. Yeah. Thanks to everyone.
What about me? What about me, Ben?
And you, of course.
No, thank you so much, Ben. Now let's see some more from your winning entry.
The only L word that's relevant around here is loser.
Oh yeah, she definitely thinks you're a loser.
Yeah, he knows.
He definitely thinks you're a loser.
Why hasn't he said anything yet?
I'm worried.
What if he doesn't like you?
I think I'm in losers with you.
Oh, nailed it.
Congratulations again to Ben. Well done. Now we move on to the Craft Award for Sound. The sound nominations are...
The nominations for sound are Darkroom, Daniel Hughes Hawkins, Kingston University.
So you take the negative and you load it in here. And then you just make sure it's in focus. You look different with your hair up.
Down There the Sea Folk Live, Stan Greengrass, Goldsmiths, University of London.
In the book, the Little Mermaid has to give up their voice to live the life they want to live. They're influenced by those around them, by the sea witch, by the prince. The decision they make is because of other people. Being trans, the journey is internal. It's about the relationship with yourself and interacting with yourself and coming to terms with who you are as opposed to how other people think about you.
Rise, Eugene Endo Mingala, University of Hertfordshire.
Again, the nominees are standing by, and here are the remarks of the jury. Darkroom was described as being erotically charged with little dialogue, so the sound has an added resonance. There was high praise for the sound in Down There the Sea Folk Live. One juror even said that they enjoyed the sound even more than the great visuals. The jurors felt that the easygoing quality of the narration in Rise matched really nicely with the slow music and camera angles. But for its overall superb sound quality, which helped to convey the world of characters it portrayed, the winner of the RTS London Student TV Craft Award for Sound is Stan Greengrass from Goldsmiths, University of London for Down There the Sea Folk Live. Well done, Stan. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to thank Maddie, who's here tonight. Just the director of photography, like she's one of my best friends and one of the best filmmakers I've got to work with. Like she's just phenomenal, and I wouldn't be able to do it without her. And secondly, I want to thank all the performers and contributors who featured in the film. It takes a lot of vulnerability and strength to open up about your experience with your gender identity and the struggles that you've had. And so I think I'm just really proud of all of them, and it's been an incredible experience. So thank you. And you look really cute tonight, Viv. I'm just saying.
Oh, thank you, babe. And honestly, for anybody who's putting those sorts of issues out into the world on a TV and a big platform, I commend you. So thank you very much, and let's have a look at your fabulous winning entry.
Thank you.
It was something that I really struggled to explain. It's a strange comparison, but when I was younger, I used to love the story of The Little Mermaid. In terms of my transition, sometimes I feel like I can relate to what the main character went through. The way that they had to make a really difficult decision about their voice, and being stuck in the ocean, like far away from where they want to be, disconnected from the world. That's kind of what it feels like. I do feel guilt, I feel guilt about it, having to choose between living the life that I need to live and my voice. As difficult as it is to explain, I think anyone can relate to that struggle of sacrifice.
Congratulations again, Stan. Well done. And now we move on to the Craft Award for Production Design. And the nominations are...
The nominations for production design are 48 Cuckoo Lane, Rebecca Sprague, University of Westminster.
Everyone, this is Henry's new girlfriend, Jenny.
Hiya. Lovely to meet you all.
Countdown to Earth Hour, Federico Favretto, Middlesex University.
It's great to see that we're moving on from resources such as coal, but we aren't quite there yet. This is the amount of electricity that we're still generating from resources that have a similar impact on the environment as coal. More than 300 million megawatt hours. These resources are running out though. Have a look at this. That may seem like a lot of days, but in reality, that's only 43 years. 43 years before we run out of oil. Now that's not that far away.
Know Your Sh. Olga Rokosh, Kingston University.
Dobre, niedobre, niedobre.
So 3 more nominees awaiting a result. The jurors were impressed by the stylish and very creative production design of 48 Cuckoo Lane. Countdown to Earth Hour was praised for its imaginative design and clever use of augmented reality. The jurors hailed the production design on Know Your Sh as extremely memorable. It was original, detailed, and entertaining. Such strong entrance. But for its highly creative animation, the winner of the RTS London Student TV Craft Award for Production Design is Olga Rokosh. Well done. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yes, thank you so much. I wanted to say thank you to all the staff from Kingston University, my family for the inspiration, all the friends for the motivation, and my partner for all incredible patience for letting me use up all the space in the house to produce it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's see some more of your fabulous winning entry. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Another huge congratulations to you, Olga. Well done. Now we move on to the Craft Award for Writing. And the nominations are
The nominations for writing are 48 Cuckoo Lane, James Sinton, University of Westminster.
How is everything, my dear? You look lovely tonight.
Oh, thank you, Bev.
I used to wear dresses like that all the time. Just after my first husband died.
I brought you something just to say thank you for inviting me.
That is sweet of you. You might have a keeper here, Henry.
It's only little.
I'm allergic to lavender. Oh.
Bloodline Black, Wycliffe Kyasunga, London College of Communication, University of the Arts, London.
We all love our iPhones, but when I'm looking at that screen I think of my home. My people suffer to the bone just so you can have your phone. No Emancipation Proclamation, we never had no reparations. In my home, when my father travelled through the wars, escaping the war from Gola to be met by the famine of Congo, there's no hope in my home. I'm from the Congo where God gifted the soil, coal, tango, copper and cobalt. Leopoldine army, savage and stole, exploited and murdered, mutilated multiple innocent souls. How can one man's heart be so wicked and cold? In my home.
Selfie-centred. Matt Reed, British Forces Broadcasting Service Academy.
Smartphones, social media, and geotagging in particular have combined to give birth to a global boom in travel photography that both embraces and exemplifies the selfie phenomenon. As our cultural and natural landmarks come under increasing pressure, what can we do to manage the conservation of the world's most popular locations in the face of unrelenting insta-tourism? When did we start to prioritise self-image over good manners and general decency? And just how, as a society, have we gradually become so selfie-centred?
Thank you to all of our fabulous nominees. Now, the jurors felt that the writing in 48 Cuckoo Lane was sharp, funny, and extremely accomplished. Bloodline Black delivered a powerful and politically charged narrative very effectively, and Selfie Centred was praised for reflecting the lockdown situation cleverly and with great creativity. So for writing that really packed a punch and that was key to the overall success of the film, the winner of the RTS London Student TV Craft Award for Writing is James Sinton from the University of Westminster for 48 Cuckoo Lane. Well done, James!
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God. Yeah, that's brilliant. I did not expect that. I suppose I'd like to thank my tutors who kind of Phil Yeats and Tom Hooper, who helped workshop this script with me. I'd like to thank Luke, the director, who did the same, and just all the incredible cast and crew. Yeah, that's that's why the film is the way it is. And lastly, I suppose my family for the material.
Well done, James. And if you ever want to write a script for me, send it my way. I'm your girl. Now, let's have a look at your fabulous winning entry. Thank you.
Oh, darling, you can do better than that, surely.
Clit. Or wrist. Clitoris.
How dare you! She's been taking him to seedy clubs too.
I knew it as soon as she walked in. I mean, look at the way she's dressed.
What would Father think?
Henry, get her out.
Henry? You can all lick my tits.
Congratulations, James. Well done. Now, our final craft award is the Craft Award for Camera Work. Let's have a look at the nominations.
The nominations for camera work are Above Everything, Niall Langlands, London College of Communication, University of the Arts, London.
I guess the older generation are doing it for memories like us, but you get the new generation that see all these cool Instagram pictures of feet dangling off the buildings, and they buy a camera and they want to do it again without knowing the risk, without studying the location properly, or even respecting others. You gotta know what you're doing, because you know the outcomes could be fatal, like death. You're never really safe up there.
Crystals in the Night, Nico Ratanavong, London South Bank University.
Who 誰が教えてくれたの？
私のおばあちゃん。
すごい綺麗だった。でも私もっといいところ知ってる。
It's Okay, Aisha Boudjillouli, University of Westminster.
Three very nervous faces are awaiting. Now, the camera work in Above Everything was outstanding and spine-tingling. Images of those views really stuck in the jurors' minds. Crystal in the Night was beautifully shot. The film had scenes with really powerful visuals that helped the narrative and the character's story. The jurors were extremely impressed by the standard of camera work in It's Okay. The stop frame animation, lighting, and colours created a professional whole. For giving us a window into the world of urban exploration that was both terrifying and awe-inspiring, the winner of the RTS London Student TV Craft for Camera Work is Niall Langlands from LCC, University of the Arts London, for Above Everything. Well done. Would you like to thank anybody?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to thank my mum and my dad, UAL, the rest of the team, and the lads for letting us document the really interesting lifestyles.
Thank you so much. Now let's have another look at your fabulous winning entry. Thank you, Niall.
If you don't like take a leap of faith, I guess you'll never see what happens. That's what I think. Like, I mean, if you stay and like get a 9-to-5 job in an office, maybe meet a nice girl, get married, a couple of kids, move into a house, and then you die, and then what? Will people even remember you?
The best feeling when I'm on top of the building is sunrise. I just sit on the edge, not even with my camera, and just look at this city, waking up. And it's so quiet, you just hear the birds singing, and it's just the quietest thing. You look down the roads, it's empty, you get a few cars, a few people going into work, and it really puts in your mind like I'm above everything while people are waking up and going to work.
Congratulations again to Niall and all the winners of the Craft Awards. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Vanessa Stockley, who is a previous nominee for an RTS Student TV Award and winner of the Edinburgh Film Festival Trailblazer Award. Vanessa films, directs and produces documentaries and is here to offer you some words of encouragement as you start your careers. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you for having me. Firstly, I want to congratulate all the nominees. The films so far have looked really impressive. I've been asked to say a few inspirational words, so I'm going to try my best. You have all chosen extremely demanding careers. They're often unpredictable, but ultimately incredibly fulfilling. And I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. I started making films about 15 years ago. I make observational documentaries, often spending months with people, immersing myself into their lives. I've spent time filming a couple with Down syndrome wanting to get married, time with young fire setters working on a recovery program with the fire services, as well as bigger series like 24 Hours in A&E. Through making these films, I've had the chance to access worlds that I would never otherwise have experienced, and this is a true honor. But with this access also comes real trust and humility. And one of the greatest lessons that I feel that I've learned is to always stay open-minded. The stories you think you will film never quite work out as expected, and are often far more interesting than you could ever have anticipated. So I urge you to welcome the deviations, the unexpected, and the plans that go awry. You'll be really surprised by what you find. The other lessons I've learned are to always stay curious, to realize that you'll always be learning, and try as much as possible to believe in yourself and in your ideas. Not wanting to sound cliched, but ideas are really just like buds of a flower. I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that. They are so fragile. It's so easy to talk yourself out of an idea. And my advice is just to let those ideas bloom, to firstly talk to friends and to family about them, to gauge their reactions and, to see if they provoke a conversation. I mean, good ideas provoke discussion. So if a discussion is happening about your idea, you're kind of halfway there. And most importantly, just to have fun. It's a very competitive industry and it can be really demoralizing at times, but you've got to keep it fun and be open-minded and try new things, and then it can prove incredibly rewarding. So I hope that gives you a little bit of encouragement. And it's really weird, I don't know where to look on this camera. But anyway, I wish you all the very, very best of luck. To you, Vivienne.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Those words were absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure they will find them very inspirational. And thank you very, very much. Thank you, Vanessa. Now, let's move on to the main programme awards, which are also very hotly contested. and I'll be joined by the jury chairs to read the citations. For the animation genre, I'm joined by Christine McKay, the chair of the animation jury. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you. Indeed, the jury had a large and impressive collection of films to view and discuss.
So let's take a look at the nominations.
The nominations for animation are It's Okay, Aisha Boudjillouli, University of Westminster. Quilted, Cat Baskerville, Kingston University.
I'd made quilts for a while and I was taught by my auntie and she was taught by hers. But it had always been just like patterns and things and bits of fabric that I'd never quite found a use for. Someone said to me, I've got this bird fabric. Can you make a quilt for our Helen's daughter's christening? And I thought, right, I can do that. But he'd never really watched me make the quilts before, I think because he was inside the house a bit more, and maybe he took a bit more interest. So he saw the birds on the quilt once I'd finished, and then the next day he was out feeding the birds again. At that time, that's what I thought dementia was, you know. You'd lose your memory and that's it, nothing else. So I've made lots of quilts now with different memories on them. He is affected by the fact that he doesn't remember, but it's more than that. It's the disorientation and the confusion and not being able to do all the things he loved so much. Although he's not confused about who I am. Not yet, anyway.
Sectioned, Bella McEvoy, Kingston University.
Usually there's not much warning before you're put in.
Or you're only going to go for a little bit until you're stable and then you come back. So like I went and anyway within 8 weeks of ever being in like any services or anything, I got all of this said like we think you need to go into hospital.
Really? And usually there's not much to do once you are in. But then I was in there for ages and I just got worse because I wasn't allowed to go home. Yeah, well, not even that. I wasn't allowed to leave the sofa all day.
Oh, well, you wanted
because I was on the sofa.
Room rest.
Yeah, room rest. So I was on the sofa from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day for 2 months.
That was so tight.
Well, Christine, a very strong set of nominations there.
Yes, all the entries in this category were inspirational and it made our task really hard. But before I go further, I must thank my fellow jury members, Will Cook, Lynn Hood and Neil Kidney. So It's Okay is an intriguing film, cryptic and full of suspense. We really enjoyed being in the world that the animator had created, even if we didn't really understand it. The film was technically extremely well executed and composed, with really good use of stop motion, animation, colours, lighting and sound to add to that whole otherworldly atmosphere. The characters in Quilted felt very natural. We were impressed by the smooth animation and set design and the interesting combination of hand-drawn monochrome illustration and stop motion animation. Quilted told the story without being too maudlin or saccharine. And we felt that Sectioned was a beautifully crafted and original film. It delivered a powerful message on the subject of mental illness in a very clever and skillful way. The film displayed brilliant transitions and was very creative in its use of mixed media. So the winner in this category particularly impressed us because of its originality, its very high level of craft, story and atmosphere. So I'd like to announce that the winner of the 2021 RTS London Student Award for Animation is It's Okay by Aisha Boudjillouli from University of Westminster. Congratulations.
Well done, Aisha. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my technicians, Steve and Ali, who were pretty much my side, assistants for the entire production, and my head of year, Stephen, and yeah, the RTS for awarding me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Christine and Aisha. Now let's see a bit more from this fabulous winning entry. It's Okay. Many congratulations again, Aisha. A big, big well done. Now let's move on to the short form category. To share the judges' thoughts, here is the chair of the short form jury. Please welcome the fabulous, the lovely Jonathan Bosley.
Hello, everyone, and everyone in Zoomland. How's everyone doing? It's a great selection of shorts that we've got. Really amazing, amazing films. So many of them, but obviously very short and sweet. Most of them were under 5 minutes.
So let's have a look at the nominations.
The nominations for short film are Bygone, Amy Lee Wright, Daniel Ravanelli, Elliot Holland Crouch, Emily Shorden and team, University of Hertfordshire. Introspection. Ben Watson, Jem Horsted, Aeneas MacDonald and Sam Cousins, London South Bank University.
For the love of God, please, man. Just bloody tell her. Wait. Don't be such a wet white mate. Play it cool.
No, girls love guys that are in touch with their emotions, right? So just tell her.
Are you joking? Treat them mean, keep them key.
There's no shame in throwing the L word around. The only L word that's relevant around here is loser.
Oh yeah, she definitely thinks you're a loser.
Yeah. He knows.
Throw in the towel. Owen Cooling, Anne-Sofie Lindgaard, Francis Rudd, Maritz Hamill and Clarin Chong. London College of Communication, University of the Arts, London.
Joey, I've been calling you for tea for ages.
Oh, sorry, Mum, I didn't hear you.
Clearly, you had me standing there like a right lemon. Now come on, hurry down before it gets cold.
I don't really have time.
What?
The Repton. Tonight. At 6.
Oh, you're fine. I'm so sorry, love.
It's fine. I don't think I want to go anyway.
Don't be daft. You know you'll always be my little champ, right?
I'm not little.
So, Jonathan, quite a variety of styles in this category.
Huge variety, which obviously made the jury discussions incredibly interesting. Before we go on, I just want to obviously thank the jury members, Gavin Boiter, Janet Atawi, Sarah Tanzi, Howell Simmons and Isabella de Rosario. They did such an amazing job watching all the films, and we certainly had a really great discussion. Standard was incredibly high, and we obviously enjoyed watching all of them, although we did think that in some instances, some of the storylines could be a little bit stronger. So maybe just something to think about as you develop your ideas going forward. So we thought that Bygone was amazing technically, with outstanding CGI and art direction. Also impressed that the film achieved such a great storyline with no dialogue, and also the actor's performance against green screen, against nobody, was really, really special. And that's no easy task, we know. We thought that the production team of Introspection showed real confidence to submit a film which was so short. It was only a minute and a half, but it was fantastic. It was so well scripted, really well executed. It was really funny. We thought it was a really strong film. We were particularly impressed by the art direction for Throw in the Towel. We really liked the look of the film, and it was obvious that such a huge amount of effort had gone into creating what is essentially a period piece. But the winner of this category particularly impressed us because it was so well scripted, acted, and edited. So I'm thrilled to announce that the winner of the RTS London Student Award for short film is, and I even have an envelope, which I'm going to open. And the winner is Introspection, Ben Watson, Jem Horsted, Agnes MacDonald and Sam Cousins from London South Bank University. Well done, Ben, and everyone.
Wow, second award for Ben and Introspection this evening. And Jem is here too. Congratulations. Is there anyone you would like to thank?
Just like to thank the rest of the production team, especially the two who aren't here. And I just can't wait to continue making short films with them in the future.
Well done.
Thank you. Now, let's have a look at your short form winning entry.
He definitely thinks you're a loser. Why hasn't he said anything yet? I'm worried. What if he doesn't like you?
I think I'm in losers with you.
Oh, nailed it.
How the fuck
Mate.
What the fuck are you doing?
Nah, you on your own.
Oh, wow.
Oh, mate.
Many congratulations to all of the winners so far this evening. I hope you're all having a nice night. I hope you've had a little tipple. I've refrained from drinking yet because you don't want to see me after a few Jaeger bombs. So we now move on to the non-scripted category. And to share the judges' thoughts, here is the chair of the non-scripted jury, Aradhana Teal.
Hi there. So happy to be here. It was a great pleasure to judge the awards again. The judging in this category was so tricky. So there are 4 nominations tonight.
Okay, so let's have a look at the nominations.
The nominations for non-scripted are Above Everything, Anne-Sofie Lindgaard, Aditya, Mehta, Koko, Odashima-Parker, Niall, Langlands, Caitlin, Ricaud and Belle Withers. London College of Communication, University of the Arts, London.
I think you get like an overwhelming rush of like achievement, I guess, because you've gone in there, you've snuck past like whoever you have to sneak past, gone up to the roof, you've managed to open it somehow, and then you get the reward of like a beautiful view.
Guys are crazy. Go in, take nothing but photos, leave nothing but footsteps. I always try to respect the workers, the security, the place. I'm not there to damage anything. If anything, I'm there to showcase their place.
Down There the Sea Folk Live. Stan Greengrass, Sarah Mars and Maddie James. Goldsmiths, University of London.
It's a really difficult and impossible thing to articulate and describe as someone who's never felt it before, but it's almost like you're painting a picture and you don't have the right shade of ink, and as you're painting you can tell it's wrong and it's not coming out the way you want it to, but you don't have the ink that you want. The way that the words come out aren't the way that you want them to come out. And even if you've got a really beautiful picture at the end of the day, it's not yours. It's not the way that you feel like it should look. And it's the same way with the way that I sing and I speak. Like, I'm putting all my expression and all of my thoughts into my words and into my singing, but they don't feel like they belong to me right now.
It's almost as if it's like a cloud voice, like it's not really there, like if you go to touch it and you try to figure out what it is, it disappears. So when I sing, it's like it's not me, but it is me, and it's like I'm listening to someone else sing, which is really weird. It just detaches itself almost. You can never really grab hold of it.
One Day You Will Hear My Voice. Timea Mosheva and Anand Tiwari. Middlesex University.
On the stage, you want to go and perform, because at the end of the day, you're an artist, you're a performer, you want to be up there. You want to shine, right? And you want to do what you always dreamed of doing. They don't let you. You always have to be in the shadow of a guy. There should be a male singer in front of you. You can either be in a choir, or sometimes, even if you have a permission, to perform, to have a concert with a band, sometimes they would cancel your performance on the stage with the band. So you have to come down, see the whole band that is your band performing all the songs, and you're not able to play with them.
Tough Love. Dean Gomez, Billy Morley, Soren Baluta, Linus Sandilands, Philip Arnquist Eiritz and Felicia Stahlhammer. University of Westminster.
About football coaching. Yeah. You just saw this car pull up just now with the blacked out windows. In that car, believe it or not, there's gang members in there. But when we say gang members, people are targeting them like they're horrible. They're subhumans. They're not. The media is calling them gang members. That's the difference. They're a bunch of kids who grew up together, went to school together. So happens is they're now falling on the same problems, as in mum's laid off, or dad's ain't got a job, or dad's in prison, I don't even know who my dad is, or whatever the case may be. But half of these kids are already disadvantaged. There's where I come into it. Guess what we're going to do? I'm going to give you a map. I don't have to hold your hand. If any time you get stuck, come back to me and I'll help navigate you through all the pitfalls that you will find to be successful, young, rounded individuals.
Aradna, some very impressive entries.
They certainly were. We had a great time judging those. Before I talk a little bit more about them, I'd really like to thank my fellow jury members. So that's Phil Barnes, Samira Abidrabo, Muki Kuhan, Daniela Volker and Nick Pym. We all loved many of the films in this category, so it really was a challenge to narrow them down to the 4 finalists, and we had a lot of really quite sparky debate. Above contributors for urban exploring really shone through. The camera work, drone shots and editing were particularly excellent. We felt that we were really taken on a journey, both through the amazing visuals and through the characters. Down There, The Sea Folk Live, this was extraordinary and well crafted as a film. It was beautifully shot. It was almost like a work of art in itself, and the film told the character stories really well. One Day You Will Hear My Voice was praised very highly. We loved the way in which the interviews were shot, the storyline and the editing, as well as the use of archive footage. This film told a powerful story and spoke to us beyond the characters it showed and featured to tell us beyond the aspects of life in Iran, as well as the social issues. The jury found Tough Love a very powerful and moving film with an outstanding central character. We felt that we were taken on an emotional journey whilst watching, and the story was very well paced with a good narrative. But there can only be one winner, and the winner of the category this year is a powerful film that particularly impressed us because of its professional finish, great story, and impressive visuals and editing. So I'd like to announce the winner of the 2021 RTS Student Award for Non-Scripted is One Day You Will Hear My Voice by Tamia Mashava and Anand Tiwari from Middlesex University. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you very
And
much.
to accept the award, here is Tamia.
Thank you very much. I would like to say special thanks to Ngola, the artist, to my husband, Bijan Moshaver, to my crew, Anand Tiwari, who has been great, as well to Mehta TV for allowing us to shoot a couple of our shots there, and also Paul Kerr, my university lecturer. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
Well done.
Thank you so much. And a huge, huge congratulations. Thank you to you both. Now let's see some more from your fabulous winning entry.
Welcome to my crib. Oh yeah, and don't forget to brush your shoes before you come in.
And I told him, maybe you don't let me sing in my country. Maybe you don't let me sing, but you will hear my voice one day. And he said, get out. So I came out of the office, and I know that that's it. Iran for me was done. I had to come out of Iran to do the mission that I had and make it happen. Yes, I had anger. Yes, I had sadness. Yes, I went through some depressed and dark time because I couldn't go back to Iran. And I was hating the whole government. I was hating my life. I was hating, you name it, I was hating. It then became sadness. It then became numbness. And then it became, I believe, wisdom and happiness and love.
Many congratulations again. Well done. Now, our final award this evening is for the scripted category. Now, representing the jury, we welcome back the lovely Jonathan Bosley as chair as the scripted jury. Jonathan.
I can't believe it's the last one of the evening, but this, like all the other categories, was a really tricky decision for us. There were so many good films that we actually decided that we would nominate 4 tonight.
Wow. So let's have a look. Here are the nominations.
The nominations for scripted are 48 Cuckoo Lane, James Sinton, Luke Ainger, Louisa Karayanis, Rebecca Sprague and Carolina de Andres, University of Westminster.
So, Jenny, Henry didn't say what you do for a living.
Oh, I'm a diversity and inclusion trainer. I basically teach people not to be a racist.
Racism doesn't still exist, surely.
You'd be surprised.
Anything nowadays. World's gone mad.
The meat's good, Mother. How
Don't
did you cook
change
it?
the subject. We're just getting started. Do you love him?
Have you moved in together?
Do you want children? How many?
He's going to marry.
Are you practicing?
Between Us, Antonio Mendez and Claudia Cabajo, Middlesex University.
You're right. Things have changed. You've got to find your place.
Dad.
Oh, I missed this. My turn. Is everything all right, darling?
Yeah, sure.
Darkroom, Dylan Fries Green, PJ Gray, Lauren Diprose, Kieran Falzon and team, Kingston University.
You go to church? Yes. You ever been to confession? No. You want to put it in? For how long? 1 minute. You nervous? No. And then you want to rock it back and forth.
Yard Kings, Billy King and Vasco Sancho, Middlesex University.
Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! Come on, finish it! Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! Smash it! Mate, that was sick! key. Give it to this chair, yeah? Cheers, mate.
What are you building up there? A fucking mansion?
Bigger than your house, mate. Wanna rent it?
I'll pop round tomorrow and have a look.
Pete! You'll have Tommy and Mark's, mate. I've got loads of appointments tomorrow. Pete! It's a lucky day.
Some very engaging extracts there, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think you can tell by just those clips we've just watched how challenging and enjoyable it was. We had so many films in this category, so hats off to everybody who submitted an entry. Before I talk about them in a little bit more detail, can I just thank again my fellow jury members that did such a great job: Gavin, Janet, Sarah, Howell, and Isabella. Thanks very much, everyone. So let's just talk about the 4 nominations then. 48 Cuckoo Lane was such a stylish and polished film. We absolutely loved it. We thought it was original and funny. It was extremely well shot, had an outstanding performance from your female lead. Standard of the writing, the production design were all incredibly high. So well done. The jurors and I also thought that Between Us featured an incredibly confident storytelling on a really complex and quite tricky subject matter. It's a really ambitious film. It's got so many layers. We particularly liked the performance of the young lead actor who was caught between his father coming out of jail and his long-term allegiance to his mother. We also loved the way that Darkroom gave us access to the interior of some really intriguing characters. We loved the overall consistency and tonality. Visually, it's amazing. And we loved the erotically charged sequences. Even though this is quite an intense film about just 2 characters, we felt it had really strong, broad appeal as well. And last but not least, Yard Kings. Amazing, compelling, really touching subject matter. We loved the young actors' performances, superb. And that the way that they portrayed a carefree joy and hope with a tricky life behind them. Dialogue was really credible. The film was exceptionally well edited. So well done, everybody. But there can only be one winner. I have an envelope, so here goes. So I'm really pleased to announce that the winner of this category particularly impressed us because it showed a real depth of maturity in filmmaking and consistently high performances. So the winner of the RTS London Student Awards for Scripted is Yard Kings. Well done, Billy King and Vasco Sancho. Well done, guys.
Wow, this is amazing. We've worked really hard on this film. Congratulations to the nominees. One of them in the same category is a good friend of mine, Antonio. We have been studying together for 7 years now, and I have learned a lot from him. Such a great film in Between Us. Congratulations, Antonio, you did it. Then a shout out to Middlesex University, Eddie, David Heinemann, also Carol and Glenn King, my crew, who made a fantastic effort to pull this off during the pandemic. Aidan, Susanna, Jacob, Miriam, my brilliant producer Billy, who made this look really easy. A hard-working guy. He was really ambitious since the beginning, and thank you, man. Thank you very much for being with me in that project. We did it, guys.
Thank you so much, Vasco, and thank you, Jonathan. Now let's see some more from this fabulous winning entry.
Welcome to my crib. Oh yeah, and don't forget to brush your shoes before you come in. Oh yeah, don't worry about the window. I'll fix that later.
He always says that.
Hurry up. Come on.
See, look, we can even take a shower here.
Come on, this is the best part of the yard. Hurry up.
And this, Mum, this is your bedroom.
Well, that is it for this year. Many congratulations to all of the winners this evening. And thank you to all of our nominees for your exceptionally high quality work. Your nomination or winner certificates will be on their way to you shortly. And thank you from me and to everybody here who's made this possible. I'm so sorry that we're not able to go and all hit the bar now, but I'm sure you've got some libations at your home that you can manage to do that with. Jonathan's got a cup of tea, I think it is. So again, congratulations to everybody. Thank you all so much. I can't wait to see what you all do. You've got amazing careers ahead of you in such a fantastic, just amazing world of TV. So thank you to everybody. Well done. You should be so proud of yourselves. Good night.